sons deserve true punishment.
It's difficult for me to control my power. It's difficult to step on ants without crushing them.
Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you guys the build showcase for the Enmity Slayer V1. This is a Silent Heart build, but you can really go any oath on this build, it doesn't really matter. So, for the stat order and talents, I like to go 40 agility at the very start. 40 agility lets us get a couple important talents. Most importantly, we get Ghost. For Ghost, you're going to need Swift Rebound, which will let you get risky moves and evasive expert. And once you have these talents, then you can get Ghost. You also, along the way, along your card picks and progression, you're going to want to grab Scuba Drowner and some of the other health talents. So this gives 5 health, Blood Iron Spirit gives 5 health, Returns to Dark Ages gives 5 health, Fishman gives 5 health. You're obviously not going to get these by power 1, but yeah. So just grab these talents. Next, I like to go 30 Willpower and 30 Fortitude. The order doesn't really matter, but I would say go 30 Fortitude, then 30 Willpower. So you're going to want to grab Condition Runner, which will require the Alley Cat talents, which will be Scaredy Cat and Endurance Runner. Condition Runner just lets you regen your health while you're running around the boss fight, which will be very helpful during this boss. You're also, along the way, going to want to grab Thresher Claws for that extra pen, Warrior's Respite, so you can just stand still and heal when your teammates are fighting the boss, Speed Demon for bleed, in case you're not using Evan Spear, like if you switch to Pale Briar, and Chronostasis just gives you 1 posture, and since we're Silent Heart, we have so many extra talents, it doesn't really matter, since we're not using any mantras. You're going to want to grab Time to Go, just a nice little speed boost whenever you kill one of those enforcers or something. Kickoff just lets you climb higher, it's just nice to have. Again, we have so many talents, it doesn't really matter. And more importantly, you're going to want to grab the Bastion talents. These Bastion talents will let you take reinforced armor later on, which is very, very important. So Battle Tendency, Brace Collapse, Wind Fortress, Perseverance. You're also going to want to grab talents like Padded Armor and Steel Scales, and these two will give you just a little bit extra armor, 3% blunt and 3% slash, which is nice to have, and Blade Dancer and Spinning Swordsman, 15% extra damage on running attacks. You're also going to want to grab Grasp on Reality. Obviously, you won't get all those talents by power 5, so next we're going to want to go 100 Fortitude. Now the reason I go 100 Fortitude is because you can go down to layer 2, as seen in this clip. And you can just let this wind push you against the wall over and over, and staying to the left side facing the path. You just keep letting the wind hit you against the wall and walk back up to it, and hit you against the wall and walk back up to it. Just doing this over and over again will let you instantly train your Fortitude all the way to 100 extremely quickly. You can see this during my progression of the build. And once you have 100 Fortitude, there's a bunch of new talents to pick from here. So along the way, you're going to grab Reinforced Armor. This will come at 90 Fortitude. Exoskeleton at 40, to the finish at 50. Now, at 85 Fortitude, Mythic Stability. This one's really important because instead of getting instantly executed, this will save you once. So it'll give your friends time to come and save you and take the boss off of you. So this can really save you sometimes. So I highly recommend you grab this. Impervious Slumber will just help you get up quicker in case you take any damage while you're knocked. Uproar. This will just make so you don't get stunned as much. Breathing Exercise, 5 HP. Fast Blade, get a bit of a speed boost when you're parrying. Armor Conserver, 15% less armor loss. This boss has a lot of armor damage, especially since we're going Ignition Deep Delver. It's just really, really nice to have this. Full Reset, so you get your build quicker. Termite, plus 3 health. And we can go back to our stats. Then you're going to want to go 100 willpower, which is the last step for this free shrine. Then you're going to want to grab brick wall, which will stop you from being ragdolled, which is really good against this boss since he likes to fling you around all the time. Not a scratch, just lets you move faster even when you're low HP. Defiance is just nice to have. Status effects don't affect you as much. We do not need neuroplasticity on this build. Piercing will, just some extra pen. Old habits die hard for 5 health. Shared misery, which is nice to have in case you ever get in PvP. You might as well grab shared misery. Just don't hit your teammates with it. Unfazed will make you resistant to insanity. This is really good to have. Magic resolve, so you get some ether back when you get hit. We'll be using Ardor Scream a lot, so having extra ether gain is nice. And you should get pocket bombs for the extra 5 HP. Okay. Now moving on to post shrine. 1 point into charisma, 1 point into strength, 1 point into heavy, and from here we'll shrine of order. This should bring you down to 23 points. You're going to want to go 25 charisma, 30 strength, 25 agility. You need the 25 agility again, so that way you can get spine cutter. With the rest of your points, you're going to want to go 95 heavy. And these last 2 points we're going to put into intelligence because of the new equipment, the war mantle, whatever it's called, warlock's mantle. The warlock's mantle equipment, which requires 5 intelligence, gives you overflowing dam, which is an extra 15% damage when you have full ether, which is really nice because we'll have that a lot on the Silent Heart build since we're not using any mantras. Post shrine, you're going to want to grab Wyvern's Claw, Carnivore. I don't think this works on monsters like the enforcers, but we have so many talents, you can just grab it. Good for PvP, just in case. You're going to want to grab Spine Cutter, Lose Your Mind. You technically don't need this if you wear that new face equipment, but you can just grab it, get rid of it later if you want. If you get the face equipment, the halo. Going nowhere, having this is really good. 6 passive agility, lets you just move faster. Bulldozer, you don't need this, but we might as well grab it anyways. These two are just free carry load. It's just extra carry load. It's nice to have. You're going to want to grab Underdog for 13% extra damage. Tough Love for extra 10% damage. You won't be able to proc charm yourself unless you have a lure on your equipment or one of your teammates procs charm. One of the, like, if they're a mage or mantra build, they'll be able to proc charm for you. You might as well just grab Charge Return, Nullifying Clarity. Berserker, this will give you 20% damage resistance once you kill one of those enforcers for 15 seconds, which is really nice. Grab Gourmand for the extra 1 posture and carry load. Ardor Scream, this will give you 25% damage, which is really nice. Then you're going to want to grab Warrior Swing, which just reduces the damage you take while you're swinging, which is nice. Matador, just 20% more damage to enemies with hyper armor. Doesn't work on the boss, but just good to have. Brutal Momentum, which will give you hyper armor on dodge, which pairs well with warrior swing. So once you dodge on your swing, you'll take less damage. You also want to grab replenishing knockout. It just gives you more health whenever you kill something, like more of a health pack. And make sure you grab brazen blow and impairing blow, which will give you some hyper armor whenever you attack an enemy. And grand feast as well, to get some blood back whenever you kill something. And because we're Silent Heart, we still have so many extra talents, so you can just grab whatever you want. Harsh Response, Heavy Hitter. For bells, I recommend either Sacred Field, Run It Back. Payback isn't really good on this boss because it's only one enemy, you don't really heal, so Payback isn't strong against this boss, so I recommend using Sacred Field or Run It Back. You could also use Crazy Slots if you don't really care. Crazy Slots is good. If you get a legendary bell, you might as well just keep it. Remember, this build works on any race, so that doesn't matter. For the weapon, you're going to want to go a 3-star damage Evan Spear hand axe. Because they nerfed Speed Demon to do less bleed damage from 30% to 15%, they actually made the Enforcer axe worse than the Evan Spear now. The Evan Spear used to be worse, but now the Enforcer axe has been nerfed, so the Evan Spear is better. There is an alternative version of the build meant for soloing. The only differences is that it has no charisma because you won't have any teammates to proc charm for you, 40 strength instead of 30, and it does reach 100 heavy. This is meant for soloing, and it is coincidentally the same build Nogo used for his solo. However, it's slightly better because No-Go went agility post-shrine, which is worse, as he loses 10 points and doesn't reach 100 heavy. That's it for the build. If you have any questions, please let me know in my Discord and I'd be happy to help. If you're looking for people to do the boss with, check in my Discord server as I have a dedicated channel to it, and I will be practicing it myself with some of you guys so I can eventually solo it myself. Also, the best and fastest layer 2 build in the game, Lightspeed V2, is coming soon. As soon as this video comes out, I will be finishing up the editing on that one, so stay tuned. It is capable of beating layer 2 in less than 1 minute. I myself have gotten a time of 104 and fumbled 2 sub 1 runs, so stay tuned. This build is insane. Skippergripper ain't got nothing on Lightspeed V2. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and remember to join the Discord for future builds from the GOAT of PvE.